Hi guys, it's Adele here showing you my latest Project Life Process video using the Scrappery Willow Pretty Little Kit, and I have to say it's my favourite kit so far. I love the floral tones, I love the wood grain, the Maggie Holmes open book embellishments. They were beautiful. And I also am going to be using some pieces from the Vincent Bits and Pieces kit and also the Camille, the Scrappery kit as well. In particular, the embellishments from both of those kits. So right now, the first thing that I always do is I sort through my photos, and I like to put my photos in a basic chronological order. It doesn't have to be perfect, but if there's an event towards the end of the week, I know that I like to have that at the end. I'm using one of these Hardy Swap, I think they're called the panoramic page protectors, and this is just, it's 8 4x6s with a fold down at the top. So I store all of my inserts because I use them so often in a just a 12x12 folder, and I've decided that I do need an insert for this layout. I just couldn't fit it all in. Surprise, surprise. If you know me, then you know that's no surprise at all. I played around with this first page for a while. It took me a long time to figure out those flowers and what I wanted to do there. So as soon as I get the photos into place, I go through the cards and figure out which cards I would like where. I do like to do this with the whole spread open at once so that I can see any clashes from page to page or what goes well with what. In that top right hand corner there with that wonderful, we'll be connecting those together to 3x4s to make one 4x6 pocket. That's that side done, and I love that black and white of the roses, but I didn't want to cover it up with that photo, so I decided on that that piece of paper there. And I'm going to use both sides of that wood grain just because I love it so much. Now I play around with some different ideas on this last page, especially with that fold. I don't know if I want to put a card in that top right sleeve or what I want to do. I really love that floral as well. And I played that black, I really like it, but it just seemed like it didn't work there. So I do end up changing that out, I think, later on. So now let's get zoomed in on my first page. Now I don't start in any particular order. I don't start with the first card. I usually start with the card that I have the best idea first. And this little bit's out of frame, but I'll move my page protector in a second. This is just a picture of Pinterest that I found that I really love. I have a wedding hire business on the side, and I really want to have a go at making some of these floral love letters. I've been wanting to do it for ages. Oh, my crazy hands just then. I always seem to lose things when I'm recording. It's the only time I lose things. It took me ages. I had to pause it and try and find my my glue tape. I had no idea where it was. So that My Heart is Full is from the Maggie Holmes open book vellum ephemera, which is included in the PLK, and the heart is actually from the Scrappery kit. Also from the same collection, and the little rub-ons at the bottom there as well are also from the Scrappery kit. With my rub-ons, I do like to cut them up into the little sections first of all, so I just find it easier then. I can just grab which one I want. I have had a lot of trouble with getting other rub-ons stuck on the page when I don't want them stuck on. Being a bit slack and not cutting it out before rubbing it on, so I've decided to cut them up before I even get started. So that grey card actually turns out to be my favourite card in the whole spread. I just like its girliness, it's floral, it's got script, it's got everything that I love in a PL card. Now I'm sorry here about the lack of focus. It will go into focus in a second there. I chop and change between standing up to scrap and sitting down, and I must have been sitting down at that point and not looking at the camera. I love these little freckled fawn. They're like emoticons. They're really cute. I've used almost all of them up, which is exciting. I've got a few sad faces left. I have to wait until something sad happens to use them. I've just reached for some black baker's twine from my stash, and I'm just using it with one of the crepe paper open book layered tags, which I really like because I do have a sewing machine, but I haven't ventured to use it yet on my scrapbooking. I'm looking forward to having a go at it one day. But I love that these tags, they've got the stitching there for you. So all you have to do is grab them, stick them on, and you're done. You don't have to worry about fussing around with the sewing machine. So that's just a simple little card, just adding a little bit of extra embellishment there. Now this card. Who actually likes the bifolds in the Project Life core kits? Because I can say that I've probably only used 2, and I have about 8 core kits. So I thought these 2 rose pictures, I didn't really need both of them on display, and that red one's a little bit out of focus. So I decided to use one of the bifolds and tuck it away with some journaling as well. Out of focus. I totally stuffed up that stamping, by the way. I'm not a perfect scrapper. So the November smudged, I rolled it accidentally, so I just stamped November again on, it's actually a bit of the photo that I cut off, and just stuck it on, and you would never know. Now later on in the video I show a bit of a solution to keep that little bifold closed, and I'm just going ahead and sticking it right on top of the spread. If it was the other way, so if the pocket was opening on the direction of the spread, I probably would have just popped it in and put a little tag at the top to pull it out. But because it is that back side, there's no way to really open it without cutting into the page protector, and I don't really want to do that. Funny thing about this blackboard is I'm a kindergarten teacher, and a child in my class has written this and put it in my handbag, and I found it at the end of the day. It says, "Mrs. Toomey is so funny today. Mrs. Toomey is the best teacher ever. Mrs. Toomey is so pretty today." So I just thought that was really cute. It made me smile at the end of the day, and I just found it funny that they put it in my handbag. So these are the printable labels, which are exclusive to subscribers on the Facebook page, and they were just perfect. I used them a lot, both the Willow and the Camille ones in this layout. And I like the variety in sizes too. There's circles, rectangles, large rectangles as well. I put that little clover there because I am so lucky to have this kind of humour in my classroom. Adding my favourite enamel dots from the kit. Now this is where I've taken one of those Freckle Fawn wood veneer faces, and I've just attached it with some adhesive foam on one side so that the bifold can tuck underneath. And it's working really well. It hasn't fallen off yet, which is good. And I think it will stay. This is one of the open book ribbon tags, which I'm obsessed with. And I may have ordered an extra set because I can tell I'm going to go through them very quickly. So I was tossing up whether to do just abbreviate November or to do the full word, and I thought the full word looked a lot more balanced with that long leaf embellishment at the bottom. I don't label my weeks as week numbers, I just do the month and the dates that it runs from. I just find it's easier for me to keep track of what I'm talking about rather than a week number. Easy, easy card. Pop that in there. And I'm almost done. This last one, my husband snapped a pic of me when I'd fallen asleep cuddling our bunny Frida, and Frida was asleep too. And I was going to use that green tag, but I just thought it was too Christmassy, the red and green, and that love you just fit in that spot so well that I decided to just use that's actually the back of one of the Maggie Home embellishments. A couple of little enamel dots and I'm done. So that's the first page done. Now on to the insert. So I decided to start in those middle photos because I have a bit of an idea. The other two, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. These are actually from the Bits and Pieces kit. No, they're not. They're from the Camille kit. Sorry. And I was very lucky and happy I finally got my Playful Core kit from, I think I ordered it from, I can't even remember. But I've been waiting for it for a couple of weeks and it finally arrived, so that made me very happy. I'm going to attempt being the key word, to go back and scrap my childhood project lifestyle in the summer holidays. That's, of course, along with the wedding album, the honeymoon album, and my normal Project Life album. So we'll see how I go with that. But a girl can try, can't she? Now, I just thought it was hilarious that I got the rabbit embellishment from that Maggie Holmes ephemera kit. It just worked out so well. I do this rub on, but in the end I hate it. I just don't know why I did it. So I cover it up with one of the embellishments from the scrappery kit and add the little bunny, and I actually cover up that little piece of rabbit poo that's in the picture there. I'll move it over just so you never know it was there. This is very exciting because my two female bunnies are not friends at all. Like, they fight all the time, and it's only been this week that they've started giving each other little kisses through the pen, which is a good sign. Maybe one day they might be friends. So just cutting off those edges and pop it in. Now I've actually just flipped this over, and this photo is from the other side, and I like to stick my cards or my photos back to back because I find that they don't move around in the pockets as much and you can't see the little white spacing around the outside, which drives me crazy. This was on Friday. It was boiling. It was high 30s, and my poor little bun, they're inside, and she was just exhausted. You could just tell the heat had taken all out of her, so she was snuggled down in her favourite towel and she was a bit sad. Oh, look, I used one of the sad wood veneers. There's one down. I think I've got one to go. One sad one to go and a happy one. So I'm just adding the Studio Calico Tiny Word stickers from my stash. I use them basically on every layout in my Project Life. And that little grey shape, I think that was just a shape that I had sitting on my desk for a long time, just a little offcut, I think. I thought that where there are flowers, there is always card was just perfect because when you look at it in the album, the photo next to it is the one of the roses from my front garden. And I thought that this card from the Amy Tan stitched, the chipboard piece, Home, does it say Home Sweet Home, I think it says, was just perfect. The flowers, the colour, it just works so well. And I'm using that Fun from the Bits and Pieces kit as well. And just a little cork arrow from my stash, and that Noted is from my stash as well. So up here, you'll see this one. I wanted to use that 3, which is from the Heidi swap, and they were in both the Pretty Little kit and the Bits and Pieces kit. No, Pretty Little kit and the Scrappery kit. And I didn't really know what to do with it, so I experimented, and I'm really pleased with how it worked out. I just got my stays on, and I rubbed it all over it, and I'm really happy with the result. And I knew I didn't want to put it on a pattern piece of paper, so I just got this gold Studio Calico overlay from my stash, and I wanted to put something under it though, so I thought of the wood veneer, and I finally settled on a piece of paper from the Scrappery kit, the craft one at the end, with the little cross stitch detail. I just thought that went in well without being too showy. I didn't want to take over from the cuteness of the 3. And I'm just putting some adhesive foam on here just to make it pop a little bit. And cutting out just a little square. I cut it wonky, of course. And then I'm just going to staple that on so that, because you will be able to see from the other side. Now, I love, 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 love this. This is what it's all about. My mum's best friend came up for a visit from Sydney. I call her my auntie They've been friends since the first day of kindergarten, so they've been friends for a very long time, and it was nice to see her. So we all went out for lunch, the three of us girls, and used another one of those little freckle form wood veneers and a piece from the scrappery kit. So here, this is another bunny photo. I'm a crazy bunny lady, I admit it. Now that green, I just felt like it was too green. I must admit, green is probably my least favourite colour out of all the colours of the rainbow, and it was just too green for me. I will use it, but it just needs to be on a spread that maybe is a bit more, maybe neutral. It would work well with. So these are from, this is a mixture. So we've got the Happiness is Contagious and the Love are from the ephemera kit from the Maggie Holmes. The frame, let me just check. The frame is from one of the kids. I'm having a mind blank. And the Lovely is from the Bits and Pieces kit. I know that for sure. So just adding, oh, I love that Maggie Holmes glittered bow. I really like it, and I decided to, I stick it on later. I stick it on top of the page protector because it was just too bulky to put underneath. Now watch this mistake. This is a rookie mistake. I've only just discovered vellum and the amazingness of vellum. I know you can't tape vellum. I know that. Why I did that, I do not know. So I try to peel it off, it doesn't work. So I just take another bit of vellum and, oh look, layered vellum. Wow. So trendy. You'd never know. Like I said, I'm not a perfect scrapper, and I love watching process videos where people aren't perfect and they don't skip over the mistakes, and I think that's what makes the scrapbooking real, because none of us are perfect, and it's nice to realise that. This photo is my mum and dad's dog, who is crazy. She is absolutely bonkers and will not stop licking me all the time I come to visit. So that crazy from the Bits and Pieces kit was perfect. So I just grabbed some gold and white twine from my stash, and I'm just popping it under one of the Maggie Holmes embellishments, just with some staples to give it a bit of dimension, sticking on that crazy and giving it a staple for extra measure. I love, that would be my second favourite card next to the grey one. This one I had a bit of trouble. I knew I wanted an extra embellishment there, but I didn't know what. So I knew I wanted the Enjoy. I play around for a while, and that little piece, honestly, it's just an offcut that I had sitting on my desk for a long time. I've been looking at it with one of those grey hearts from the kit as well. And I'm done. It was an epic spread, a very epic spread, but I'm really I'm really glad with how it turned out. I really think that I've still got heaps of stuff left as well, and definitely enough for at least one more Project Life spread, if not two, depending on how many inserts I decide to put in. I've got most of the paper left as well, which I'll probably cut down from the scrappery kit, which I'll probably cut down into 4x6s. There's that little bifold. So there you go. You can use bifolds. I hate them, I really do, but this one worked out well. It actually worked, for once. So like I said, I love embellishing. You'll never see a plain layout from me. I love the little details, I love little words, I love enamel dots and labels and all sorts of things. So be prepared to be embellished when you watch my process videos. And I've still got a heap of those thickers left as well from both the Camille and the Willow kits as well, which is good. Plenty more titles to go. I'm really proud of how that 3 turned out. Can I just say that? I'm really happy. I expected a disaster. I didn't even test it first. It was my only 3 as well. Risk taker, that's what I am. I'm really proud with how that worked out. And I think I actually just got some gesso and some texture paste the other week, so I'm looking forward to having a bit more experiments with some mixed media and things like that. And I need to do some more stamping. I really do. Crazy dog. All right, that's it from me, guys. So please like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and also head to the scrappery to see what gorgeous goodies they have left. They've got heaps of stuff in their shop. Check out their, they have 3 different subscriptions: Pretty Little Kit, the Bits and Pieces Kit, and the Scrappery Kit. Look forward to seeing you soon, guys. Oh, look, I've still got some left. And there's more. I love putting my stuff in these glass dishes. It makes me feel pretty, and I get to see everything. On that note, I'll talk to you later. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.